All right, we are live.
Oh,
Caught you not looking.
that's all right. It happens occasionally.
Oh man, yeah, I'm sitting here with a pour of the regular old Heaven's Door straight bourbon.
Oh, there you go.
I like it.
As usual, I'm starting off with a light Scotch pour because I haven't had anything for a few days.
Yeah,
So it's Glenlivet, the Caribbean Reserve. Nice little 80 proofer.
yeah. I
Nice,
have to warn
light and
people
trim.
ahead of. Yeah, I have to warn people ahead of time. The slides are kind of janky. I didn't have time to change a lot. Something came up at work. I can't really discuss it in detail, but it was pretty heavy. So
Gotcha.
Um, and my team has some responsibilities around that, and so yeah, we had a couple of little things, and what's bad is I've got a new person moving into an associate manager position over the area that's impacted,
Hmm.
and he officially has the job on Monday, and we put him through hell today. So, but he's about to get that money, so he's all right.
Yeah, he'd be all right.
Mm. Man, yeah, I really like that Heaven's Door. I know people turn their nose up at it, whatever. Oh, but I do have some announcements for any keen-eyed people in the audience out there. You may notice that my studio looks a little bit different. I'm a little closer to the studio here. I got a new bar. Got rid of my studio table that I had. Loving this, man. I'm sitting on one of my new bar stools here. They're really comfy. It has a lumbar, like a back to it. Uh,
Nice.
way, way more comfortable. Hopefully, I don't fall asleep up here halfway through the show. But no, it's good. But no, I was putting contact paper down in it, and I just haven't had time with everything going on to really give it the attention she needs. Plus, we had a couple of days of really good weather, and any free time I had, I was vroom vrooming on the motorcycle.
There you
So
go.
I have just over 600 miles. So my break-in period, I have an appointment next week to take it in. So
Get the oil changed and all that.
yeah, they have to change those little seals around the like the oil filter and those the pre screens in your oil area.
Gotcha.
They change those little gaskets out in there for the first. It's like a first break-in service, and then after that, you're good to go. So,
But they're not going to change the oil?
mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it's supposed to be a 10,000-mile oil life, but I'm just gonna have it changed every year.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna put 10,000 miles on it, but it's time and distance. I mean, you can't just rely on 10,000 miles. If your car sits in a garage for 6 months and you only put 1,200 miles on it in a year, you still need to get the oil changed in it. That stuff will
Yeah.
sit there and turn to jelly.
Well, you need to at least fire it up every couple of days. You know.
Mhm. If you do that, you can extend the life on it. But yeah, if it's just sitting there, you need to change it anytime it sits there more. What would it be? I think they recommend after 3 months of sitting,
Hmm.
they recommend you change all the fluids out in it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like with your brake fluid and stuff like that. That's
I meant the
kind of
gas and
habitable.
oil. Yeah, gas and oil. Yeah.
Yeah, your brake fluid will actually draw in moisture and then start messing up stuff
Oh yeah.
after a short period of time.
Yeah, I think that's after so many more months or whatever. But I think the 3 to 4 months or whatever sitting. Well, they really recommend you drain it
Hmm.
of gas and oil before you store it.
Well, yeah,
If you
I
know
would
it's going to
probably
be
just store
stored for half a year or a year.
it. Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Well, I got some news here. Going to be changing the format just a little bit. Next week is the last quarterly drawing until further notice.
Hmm.
So this week is the last week to get entries to that quarterly drawing. And so what I've done, and it's not going to be reflected in the slides. They're still going to say 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all that. But on my paper here, I have them marked all doubled. 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, and 28. So and the put me in is going to be worth 4 instead of 2. So it gives you a little more chance to get. Now, after tonight, the entries are locked for the next quarterly drawing. Next week, I am still going to do hashtags, but each hashtag is going to be worth 1 entry to the halfway mark giveaway. And
okay.
they'll put me in. There won't be everybody gets a trophy for that. You can win more than one. So if you win 2 or 3 spins, you will have 2 or 3 entries to the bottle giveaway. But that's only keeping it fair. And then always the hashtag or the supers are going to be worth two entries for every $1. So basically, on a hashtag, you're getting 50 cents worth of entry.
Okay.
That's basically the way it goes.
Makes sense.
But they will not increase. They're all going to be worth 1. So it won't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that.
I got you.
It's just not fair, to the people doing the supers. So.
Mm-hmm.
But that'll keep the hashtags alive, and it'll make it, I think, a little more exciting. For everybody to join in and have a little fun.
Yep, and it only takes 1 entry to win.
That's right, and so that's the way we'll do that. The samples, we're still on the dealer's choice type thing, and so I'll play that here after a while. But right now, I have to get these hashtags started. So let me go ahead and set this up.
I've got a few bottles picked out for the samples this week.
Yeah, unless they may want it to be a surprise,
Yep.
All right, now the hashtags tonight. I'm just getting it set up over here, and then I'll come back and play the media for it. And here we go. Now, I know I've done top bourbons and all and top whiskeys, but this is just all of it. This is the people who the labels that sell the most, and it's their particular top brand or their top seller that really is why they're on top. So you'll recognize a lot of these from the bars and all that stuff because that's who's buying the big cases and everything. But I figured it would be a good juxtaposition, and there is a couple of whiskeys on here. But we're going to start off though with Captain Morgan.
Goodness!
Now this is in order. I did not have time to put the sale volume per year, but just these are top 10.
Man, so who's buying that stuff?
Bars. When you want a rum and coke, there you go. Bam.
Well, that's the Captain Morgan's spiced rum, isn't it?
Well, I just put a picture of the spiced rum. I don't know. I guess they have different ones. I have no idea. I just put in Captain Morgan rum, and that's the first picture that came up. So
I got you.
I don't know.
Here's Joe, Old Humble.
Oh, Old Humble in the house.
Yep. See, there's Orlando and Mr. Mom, Peter White, Miss Lori J, the Bourbon Nerd, Gripologist,
Richard J, Josh Fritz, Bourbon Kitty. Yeah, we got a lot
of folks in here today.
Oh yeah. Another thing, if it lands on me on the hashtag, did I put the hashtag in the chat?
Yep.
No, I don't think I did. It doesn't hurt if I do it again.
CAPM.
Oh, okay, I did. It doesn't hurt if I do it again. It only goes in once, for the thing. So otherwise, I'd put it in 5 times. But if it does land on me, it does double the double.
Oh dang!
So I may have to do some maths if we double up later on. Nah. But yeah, man, it's and then Yeah, after this next week, that's the last of the nosing kits and all. And I know a couple of people reached out to me about the nosing kits. I'm not going to put a price on that. Um, a couple of people expressed interest in maybe purchasing a nosing kit because they haven't won one. I don't know yet. That they're hard to make. I mean, I'll look and see if I have enough stuff to make more than one. I may make a few, but they're going to be first come first serve because it is hell of expensive. Like it's death by 1,000 paper cuts. You have to buy the ingredients each one, and I only use a little bit, but some of the ingredients go bad if you
Yeah.
don't use it right then. Some of the ingredients last, and they last for a bunch of nosing kits, but there's some high price items in there that just you can only buy them in like a certain bulk, and that's it, and they don't
Yep.
last for more than about a month, and then they go bad, and then you have to buy a whole other one.
Oh, Mr. Richard J, I would start with the lower proof one, and probably not a peated one if you did pick up a peated Irish. But I'd start off with one of the lower proof ones.
Yeah, that's usually the way I kind of do mine. Is I start with my lowest proof, which is this Heaven's Door tonight. It's 92, and then I think I did that correctly. I'll have to check. Yeah, because that Luca is 103. I know the Remus, I think, is 114.
Okay.
Yep, 114, which puts the I got a few bourbons down here. The Blue Run is 111. Yep. So right now I'm in order.
Which Remus release you gonna try?
It's one I picked up in Tennessee. It's a I thought it was a store pick. It doesn't say it's a store pick on the back. It is, well, it's cast strength, but it's only 114. But
Find it. I thought I had a couple different batches.
I don't know. It doesn't have the dates or anything on it, so. It's a little old now. I mean, I've had it several years.
Shoot, I can't find it now.
What are you looking for?
Remus. I have a couple of samples of Remus, but I can't find them. Oh well. I was going to join you, but I can't find the right sample.
It's gonna be later in the show, and I may not even get to it tonight. You never know.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, there's one. Remus 8.
What's the proof on it?
101.
Oh, so it's definitely a different batch than I have.
Let's see. Down north.
Let me look at this bottle again. Mine doesn't say shit. Oh, wait, there it is. There it is. Oh, it is a select. It's on the side over here. It's a single barrel 2021 selection by B&B Package Store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was in Tennessee.
Decent small match. More do.
I was with Marty when I bought that thing.
Okay. Let's see. Oops, wrong one. Hello there, Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates. Yeah, I moved if you see me looking over this way, I have a lot more room on this bar than I had on that little table. And I actually moved my secondary screen over here to the other side.
Oh,
instead of having it all crammed in over here.
Yeah.
And it's an L-shaped bar, so I have an armrest now.
Yeah.
I have an armrest and a backrest. Oh my God, I'm gonna feel like I'm in a Cadillac here.
No joke. Tullamore Dew, the 12-year Irishman single, the Polk Castle, and the power's triple. Well, I'd start off with either Tullamore Dew or the powers, but all those are good though.
All right, I'm gonna spin this thing. Move that out of the way. Okay. Oh, there it is. Bam. Gosh, too many tabs open. All right, good luck, everybody. This is worth 8 entries to the quarterly drawing because it's doubled. Oh, I haven't seen Lori tonight. Let me know if you see Lori. Bourbon Nerd.
Oh, Lori J. I thought I saw her. I don't know why this top message thing is not. It's all showing up top messages. That's just weird.
Right.
All messages. I don't know why it's not showing up as all. Yeah, it's still top.
I haven't been to a bar. Well, I haven't ordered anything besides beer and whiskey in a bar in so long. I don't even know what the hell's going on. Do you know about this new Amsterdam vodka? I don't know.
No, not much of a vodka.
Again, this is all over the United States, so I don't know if it's regional. I don't, if it's more popular somewhere. I don't know.
No, I don't know anything about New Amsterdam vodka. I mean, around here it's Tito's because he's right down the road basically.
Yeah, you remember when you said Tito's was the number one selling thing?
Yeah.
Close. It was.
Well, he's selling worldwide now. People are, the big guys are trying to buy him out, and he's like, "You just piss up a rope."
I think you're going to be interested to see the top 3.
I would think that Jack would be up in there.
Nah,
like
Jack's
number 7. Really? I mean, because they sell worldwide, and it's one of the number 1 sellers that I know of.
Well, there's still though people right now. I mean the trend is not as bad as it was in the 60s and 70s. 50s started it. It's because the 50s. Remember, 50s was like men would have in their offices. They would have the whiskey globe and stuff sitting there, or a tray, or scotch, scotch or bourbon. Yep. And then during the 50s into the 60s, it went neutral spirit on us, and everybody wanted the vodka mixers, and then the men started doing the gin and stuff like that, and everybody was just drinking clear alcohol. And then in the 80s, late 80s, whiskey, and this is just by memory of me reading stuff, whiskey started making a comeback and then made a stronger comeback in the 90s. But it's sort of hit a plateau and it's tapering back off again. And I don't know if it's due to, bartenders coming up with different drinks or specialty stuff, or and then you've got your vodkas competing at the top. And they're coming out, if you will put this mixed drink on and it's got our name in it type thing, if you'll make it, we'll give you so many cases. And then people start because what they want is people start requesting it.
Well, that's one of the things they're doing. I've seen even on some of the TV shows, the housewives of wherever.
Product placement.
My wife watched some of that stuff, and they're like, "I like a Tito's and Sprite, please." I'm going to add this one into the sample giveaway.
Oh, Antique 107. All right.
Put that over there so I can pour some of that one.
There ain't a damn thing wrong with Antique 107.
Nah, it's a good weeder.
Yeah.
There you go. 18 days until St. Patty's Day.
That's right.
Everybody's got to make sure he gets some Irish out there.
Well, a lot of people are going to celebrate my birthday a day late.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, my birthday's on May the 4th. I don't know why they all want to celebrate it on May the 5th.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll be in Arkansas. during that time. Oh, that's another thing too, is we're going to have the halfway mark giveaway, which we're going to relabel to something else because it's not going to be halfway in between anything anymore.
Okay.
But we're going to. I'm taking off those weeks that I'm in Arkansas. I'm not going to take all my studio shit with me. I'm not taking the big cameras and mics and all that stuff. I'm just going to take my laptop and that's it. I'm not going to take the extra screen or anything. So if we do something, it's going to be very limited because I want to be off work.
There you go.
You know, and I'm going to be working from their house the week before I'm off for my birthday and the week after, but that's always a challenge. It's so much easier when you already have your old setup here and you know exactly where everything is on your desk. And then, you know, I get out there and I'm like, crap, I forgot this. I don't have that. And, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm just not going to plan shows those weeks.
Makes sense.
You know, it's one of those things that if we don't have a show, nobody gets entries to the giveaway. So the entries are where they were, you know, before we didn't have the show.
There you go. Not a problem. Oh, heck. Now the Stace is here. I might have to reach behind me and grab an Irish. Oh, I tell you what I should get. Get a poutine.
The Irish rock gut. That's what the Irish college students drink too much of.
Nice and clear.
Yep.
Then drunk. Poutine, I believe is how you pronounce it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not positive.
Yeah, poutine is Canadian French fries with gravy on it and cheese curds.
Yeah. Now that's disco fries.
Disco fries. Have you ever had poutine?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it's certainly comfort food.
Oops, where'd it go? There it is. Yeah, vodkas, and then your fancy tequilas like Fontaleza and what else? Casa Azul. Some of the more expensive ones.
Oh yeah, well, I have plans here to. I'm switching this from a studio into a home bar, so all of my bourbons are going to be on this wall over here.
Oh, there you go. Got to get stuff organized.
Behind me, which you can't even see it now, but behind me down on this shelf here, it's just going to be regular bar stuff. I'm going to have several bottles of vodka, and I'm going to have dupes down there, you know, like 2 or 3 bottles of Grey Goose, some of the Stoli flavoreds, you know, a couple of gins, you know, some things like that. I'm going to have, and this shelf up here, I'm going to turn it into my Scotch shelf. Mark froze. Or did I freeze?
Maybe I think you froze. Because when you froze, it froze me.
Oh, okay. I don't know if they could hear me. I may have said a bunch of stuff for nothing, but anyway.
I'm back on this, but it looks like on the stream, I'm not quite back yet. Coming back, looks like.
Well, I mean, I rebooted my router before the show, so it should be good to go. I don't know. But I don't know if they caught all that. But anyway, bourbon's over here. Regular bar stuff down here behind me. And on this shelf up here will be Scotch. And then I'm going to leave the Maker's Mark little shelf here because of the signs behind it.
Gotcha.
Now I've got my little Buff Trace section up there, but you can't see it anymore because I pulled the camera in. Makes it a little cozier. You can actually read the Maker sign now. Yeah. But the Jim Beam sign is all blurred out. because of the camera. That's that dog knocked it over. Dog ate my homework camera. All right, I have to spin. Here we go. And good luck, everybody. This is going to be worth 10 entries to the quarterly drawing. 10. Bourbon Kitty. Well, we've had 2 bourbons, Bourbon Nerd and now Bourbon Kitty. The wheel is favoring the bourbon.
Right. Excuse me. Yep, exactly there, William Hall. Cheers, brother.
All right.
Yeah, the rye guy. Cheers, buddy.
We have our first sort of bourbon on here tonight. It is a bourbon, but you know what I mean.
Yep.
And what they're talking about is that right there. That the cheapest Jim Beam, that's your bar pour, or one of them, you know.
Yep.
I want a bourbon and Coke.
Whiskey and Coke or whatever.
Yeah.
So get you.
And Jack Daniels and Jim Beam cost the same at the bar. So there you go. Most of the time. They should anyway.
I haven't had a whiskey and Coke in years.
No, if I'm going to put it with anything, I like it with ginger ale. But that's only if I'm out and they don't have anything at that bar. If they have Maker's Mark, I'll get a Maker's Old Fashioned. I'd rather have that. But if it's down to like Beam or Jack, I'm just like, yeah, just put splash it with ginger ale. You know, give it some flavor is what I'm saying, you know?
Yeah. Cheers, Woody.
What's up? What did, never had a bottle of that in my house.
Yeah, the Beam.
Oh, that. Yeah. I only bought it because I was doing what I called base bourbon challenge. And I had some folks over and we did the blind, which I told them ahead of time, look, this is not a high dollar night, you know, but yeah, I had, Evan Williams, Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, and, McAfee Benchmark.
Yeah.
And McAfee Benchmark won the night.
Yeah, I can see that.
People were mixed on the other stuff, but everybody all 7 people picked McAfee Benchmark as their number 1.
Dang.
And that's splitting hairs because you're trying them back and forth, side by side by side.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a little bit smoother. It had clearer base, you know, the wood sugar notes in it.
Yeah.
And that's about all any of them have is the base wood sugar notes.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But it had the cleanest.
Yeah. Your vanilla and normal barrel, a little bit of barrel.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a new base bourbon note in town. And that's that virgin bourbon. Yeah, Gripologist is on here. He discovered it for me. He was telling me, he said, "Oh yeah, I got virgin bourbon." I said, "Are you sure that's the right name?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's it, boy." And I went and got a bottle of it, and I tried it, and yeah, it's about like McAfee Benchmark or whatever.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Jim Beam definitely has a place. The last place I had it was at Deer Camp.
Hang on a second. Here we go.
Wasn't Deer Camp. It was what was it?
Why can't I? Oh, there it is. There we go.
Memorial Day weekend, we had a crawfish boil.
Oh man, I love crawfish boils. Yeah.
Oh, we boiled a bunch. I mean, sacks and sacks of crawfish, and we had a couple of sack of shrimp. Threw that off in there too. And we've cooked up a lot of food.
Let me bring this up. I was trying to read it here. Oh, Beam and something, and that's what Beam is. It's a
it's a good mix.
It's an introductory bourbon for some young pup to say, "Oh yeah, I drank bourbon the other night," and they had Beam and Coke.
Yeah,
that's really what that. Because all you're going to get, I mean, but it's good. Well, I think, like I said, McAfee Benchmark won the night, and it's good sometimes to go back and sip on like a McAfee Benchmark, just so you know 100% exactly what those base bourbon those wood sugars taste like, without any other shit getting in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it's nice to have it, like deer camp or something like that, where you just passing around a bottle, taking a sip now and again, or pouring somebody a slash of it, on the rocks or whatever.
But like I said, if we were at deer camp and all we had was 5 bottles of Beam, that's just getting drank.
Yeah.
It's getting drank. After a few drinks of it, you don't care anymore. The one I got one time was I got the Jim Beam single barrel. That's all I could get because we were in Salt Lake City, Utah. Please don't ask me to go back there again. And they had just recently, over the past years, introduced sale of alcohol. And you have to buy it from these indiscreet little stores, and they are extremely limited on what they have. And when you go into a liquor store and the best thing on the shelf is Jim Beam single barrel, you eat what's on the line. You caught that fish, eat it,
Yep.
You may not enjoy it. It may not be as good as some other fish you've caught before, but it'll get the job done. And I just was drinking it out of those little plastic hotel cups, the ones wrapped in plastic. And I would just put the little hotel ice in there and fill it up with that Beam single barrel.
Yep. Cheers, Bourbon School. Good to see you.
Yeah, that was my first mistake. It was. Well, it was. I went because of one of my kids' birthdays, and they're into knives and blades, swords, stuff like that. And that was the biggest knife show in the United States. Just happened to be there in Salt Lake City, so that's what they wanted for their birthday. We went that, and then we went from there to Vegas. So we went from Holy Town to not Holy Town. And wanted to go to Vegas to eat at restaurants. They have the best concentration of Michelin star and high star restaurants in the nation.
Gotcha. I've never been there.
I mean, we didn't even eat at Hell's Kitchen. That's how I we saw Hell's Kitchen, but I heard too many bad reviews on that. Yeah, they do. They have them all over the place. I just felt like I was going to catch fire while I was there.
Yeah, I'm not a gambler, so I really don't have any desire to go there.
Well, I meant Utah.
Oh, never been there either.
Oh, I'm setting up my bar here. Oh, wait, I may have to spin. Yeah, I do. Let me spin, then I'll tell you about this little setup I got going. All right, here we go. Good luck, everybody. This is worth 12 entries to the quarterly drawing. Well, the last quarterly drawing. I gotta start saying that. Matt B, congrats. All right. Let that confetti die down.
GlenDronach was different.
All right. Oh, this next one. You know this. This one's not going to surprise you at all.
Jameson and ginger ale. There you go. Oh yeah, Bacardi rum.
Yeah, that's rum and coke right there.
Yep.
And that's why it's higher on the list than that other one.
I can see that.
Captain Morgan. Yeah.
I've definitely drank my fair share of those way back in the day.
Yeah, that's your bar pour. Yeah.
It's been many years since I've had anything with a Coke. I haven't had a Coke in, I don't know, 7, 8 years or more.
Yeah, yeah. So this Bourbon Bounty up here is all black and white, that logo. But if you notice right in there, there's blue in there. It's a particular blue. And if you see my logo, it's blue and amber. You know. So I'm doing my bar. I have blue coasters. I have blue napkins, blue and black. That's my bar. And then oh man, I can recommend this. I can recommend this. These are candles for men. This is a candle, scented candle. It's vintage oak.
Huh.
And when you leave this room and come back in, it smells like either I don't know, it smells like a rick house almost with that oak, that aged oak in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mandel. That's what it is. Mandel.
Now, my candle is a cigar.
Yeah. I don't know if I told everybody they grew for a brief time. Well, for the longest time, YouTube wasn't messing with alcohol. Like they didn't like they would advertise whoever on there. And then for a brief time, they knocked us down our CPM, like per 1,000 ad clicks went from just over $20 to $3 and something. Yeah, because they grouped it alcohol and tobacco. And I guess there was enough uproar about it that they created a whole new category, and now they're calling it alcohol and gambling. But our CPM went up, but it only went back up to like $14 and something.
Yeah, it figures. You leave it to YouTube.
Not worth it. Yeah.
Screw you out of everything you can think of.
Oh, you know what? I have watched clips of Yellowstone, but I have never watched an episode of Yellowstone.
Take it easy, Joe. Get her done.
Yep. But yeah, I don't know. I like the little clips here and there. I watched the clip of the bikers came and they cut the fence and they were out there and they ran them off, and then they came back and he was sitting there with that rifle. Yeah.
The shortbread.
Yeah. All righty. But yeah, I've got some contact paper. I'm no good at that stuff. I'm a dude. I don't, but I tried to cut even, but I have to clean it up a little bit. It's one of those things where you can't uncut something. So I cut it like purposefully I didn't cut too much, but I just didn't quite cut enough. So I'm going to keep micro cutting until I get it where I want it. The other thing is the contact paper came in a roll. So, of course, when you try to unroll it, it's trying to bow up. And so I need to put a bunch of glasses and bottles and stuff on it to flatten it out after I get it measured right. And so tedious work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Also,
measure twice, cut once.
I had to move these, but yeah, like I said, it's an L-shaped bar, but I got my bar mats here.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, they go along the front edge of both sides over here and kind of come into the corner. And that way, if you're pouring something at the bar, if you miss or it dribbles a little, it'll hit the bar mat, and you can throw those in the dishwasher.
There you go.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, I got a couple of decent sized bar mats like that, and then one like you're talking the skinny ones.
Yeah, that's the front edge mat. People call it a shot mat. You know, because you put shot glasses across there, and then they pour, and they don't care if it misses, and it hits that mat.
I got my Glen sitting on that.
Yeah. Well, and these are kind of like bar mats. These little coasters I got, they're just silicone things, little cheapy things. They got a honeycomb on them, and let less moisture get down in the little honeycomb area.
Yeah, that way it don't stick to it.
Yeah, I mean the bar is that laminate top. You know, it's the top of it's press board with that real shiny black slick. You know, and the glass will slide easy on it, and you put it on that silicone and you won't bump it. Oh, there's Lori. I'm gonna write Lori's name down here. All right, and I'll get y'all down for the put me in already. There we go. Well, Lori, it hadn't landed on me yet, so hopefully it does. But if it does, the entries are all double tonight. So,
the Jim Beam with a Cherry Coke Zero. Well, that's gonna taste like a cherry Coke. Hey, Cherry Marty.
Coke Zero. Yeah.
Cheers, brother.
Whiskey nose. Yeah, Marty, I'm gonna be sipping on something I bought with you when I was with you in Tennessee later on. I still have the Remus, the B&B package store pick. I haven't touched that in a long time.
What's that? Oh, no. Okay.
Diet Pepsi. Man, y'all, I just can't. I don't like diet stuff, man.
Nah, I don't either. That diet stuff's got that weird, kind of odd flavor to it.
I say it tastes like cancer.
Like saccharin.
And I always heard if something doesn't appeal to you and it just turns you off of it, you should not eat it or drink it. It's not good for you. It might be good for others, but it's not good for me. It's just, but there are studies out there that show that drinking diet drinks can actually make you gain weight because your body, you trick your body into thinking it's getting calories and it's not. And so when it does get calories again, it stores them as fat because it's like, oh God, I don't know what's wrong. We need more fat stores because something's not adding up here.
Makes sense.
So it's something that's food for thought, or diet drink for thought. Put it that way. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's getting time to drink it. Now I'm going back and revisiting Luca Mariano. I remember I reviewed this and I hated it. And I said, that's the day I declared that if they make a pretty bottle and they put a big wood cork in it and they put a leather strap around it and they put all this nice etching in the bottle, they're overcompensating for something. And it's the juice. And I haven't had it in years. So I poured a healthy pour. I'm going to test my theory of I don't kick any bourbons out of bed. I may not like them much, but I'll drink them. And I'm going to test. Now, there is one exception to that rule. Two exceptions to that rule. And I don't think they're real bourbons. Now, the one is a real bourbon, but it is Oak and Eden, where they put that spiral piece of wood in there. No freaking way, dude. That stuff tastes like rotten freaking wood.
Yeah.
And it just, ugh. And the other one is, I don't think it's real bourbon at all, because one of them, I swear to you, tastes like Baco's. And it's that Trader Joe bourbon they came out with.
I
and
don't
they're
have
sitting
credit
down
for
there damn full. That's I keep that just in case somebody I don't like comes over. All right, I got to spin. All right, here we go.
If you really don't like them, you can go out and buy a bottle of Malort or Glyph.
All right, this is worth 14 entries. Well, this is some of them where I'd be like, yeah, here, you can have this. Take this with you.
Yeah.
Mr. Richie J.
Here. Hey, he won one. I wonder what which one of those Irish that he poured.
Oh, wait, I forgot to mark that one off. Let me mark it. Oh, yeah, here's the next one. I knew it was coming. Oops, I put 2 hashtags in there. Let me take one out. I don't know if that matters, but we're not going to chance it. All right. The next one is the Jack Daniels.
Really? Oh, number 7?
Yep, but it's middle of the pack. Well, not, there's 5 ahead of it. So
it only made it up to 6.
Now, here it is. There has been some movement. I looked at the top 10 from the 2 years because they do this every 2 years.
Oh, okay.
This one site I look at, and they it was 22 to 24, and there was a lot of movement, but some of it's kind of to be expected a little bit. But gosh, the number 1 really surprised me. But I think it's going to be short lived, and we'll see why later. I think it's a fad. I think it's a big fad.
Yeah, I agree with that. Glyph needs to be a drain pour. It was. I never even tried it. I just knew right off. I'm not getting that. My money would be better spent on a decent bourbon or a Scotch or an Irish.
Yeah, no, it's not that good. It is not that good.
Oh, you tried it?
No, I'm talking about the Luca, the one I just poured.
Oh, gotcha.
It's not. It's not horrible, but for the price, there's no way I want it to taste like somebody set with the top of the barrel off and put their dirty ass feet in there for a day.
Ew.
Cheers,
it's just guy. Let's see.
A little bit.
This is Glen Scotia. Which one? Double cask. He's drinking something just nasty.
Well, it's not nasty. There's a hint of feet that comes through on it, and it's kind of what's the age statement on this? Oh, 5. It's only 5 years old. I don't know. Let's see where they do it. Well, it says Kentucky. Now they procure this because this is bottled by, but all they say is distilled and aged in Kentucky. So I don't know whose juice this is.
Yeah,
but it kind of comes across a teeny bit over oaked.
I got you.
With a little foot in it.
Mr. Richie J, on that Tullamore Dude, do you get a little hint of like a honeydew melon? I get a little hint of that on it, like some honey, but like a honeydew, the green melons. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not the cantaloupe. The more subtle honeydew.
I don't know how expensive is Tullamore Dew's not that expensive. It's shoot, $40, $50.
Yeah,
maybe.
I've seen it down there. Every time I see the bottle,
it's good.
Like I was walking through the ABC store and I was looking for Powers or whatever, and I saw the Tullamore. And when I saw it, there was like 7 or 8 people standing around, and I said, just like it was like a knee jerk reaction. It just came out, and I was like, Tullamore Dew.
I've had a bottle and finished it off. I mean, it's a decent whiskey. It really is. But I wanted something a little bit different. Wound up finding Powers, and then
he tried the 3 Swallow. Yeah.
Honeydew, it's different. I mean, it's a good whiskey. It really is.
Now I'm
And
telling
it's really
you,
light, easy sipper.
this is why I made the nosing kit, because I've used these nosing kits for me training myself on how to pick these notes. And I'm telling you, if you practice at this stuff, it's like anything else. You run a lot, you can do a marathon. You shoot enough baskets, unless you're uncoordinated to the max, you'll eventually be able to beat people at horse, But you practice with that stuff, and if you got a desire to do it, that those nosing kits really help hone in those notes.
Ouch. Foot cramp.
Uh-oh. I'm way
really?
back here now.
Heck yeah, that's definitely worth that. 5 bottles for $60. You can't beat that any day, all day long.
Mm-hmm. Damn,
heck,
yeah.
2 of those bottles would be worth more than $60.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, anytime you can and remember back in the day, we before you could just stream any song you wanted to at any moment. Well, they had the CD clubs, and you could get 15 CDs for $1, and then you had to buy so many more, all that shit.
Oh yeah.
But if you didn't have a collection, that was a great deal. And I had like an 18-disc CD changer, big Pioneer stereo system, and we would throw parties. And now, of course, I was a lot younger back then, and I was young and full of vigor and vinegar, and invite everybody over, and we would have, drinks and BYO, some bottles, and I would sit there and set up a big playlist out of all 18 CDs, and it would play all night,
Heck yeah.
But yeah, that was a good deal if you didn't have the stuff. Yeah, it was a good way. I wish somebody would do that with like bottles, but that'd be too expensive.
Can you hear my exhaust fan in the background?
Mm-mm.
No? Excellent.
No, this thing does pretty good. It's when noises start and stop. Like when you were at the old place and an airplane would fly over.
Yeah.
We would hear it, but then you would start talking, and then we couldn't hear it anymore.
Oh, okay.
Because it would hone in on your voice and block that out.
I got you.
As long as that fan doesn't stop and start back up, we probably will never hear it.
Oh, excellent. It's on in the background. I just fixed it today.
Yeah.
It's basically what it is. It's a
8 tracks.
It's like an attic exhaust fan, it goes on your gable end or on the roof. So whenever it gets so hot in the attic, it automatically kicks on and exhausts all that heat. And I took that thermostat part of it off, stuck it on the gable end over here, and then I've got a big hole in the ceiling right here, like a couple of registers. And but there's a screen that goes around the inside of that thing that keeps animals from coming in and out of it, like birds or whatever. But the squirrels have figured out that screen is actually plastic, and they chewed them a hole in it.
Oh, yeah.
Which messed it up and got it bent in. So when I went to start it, it went boink. The fan blades hit that part that they chewed up, and it just stopped. And I'm like, oh, shoot.
Yeah, that's where you need some good, heavy, expanded metal on the outside of the screen,
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to take her down and rearrange it, make it a little beefier, put some stainless wire or something like that on it so they can shoot through.
Yeah.
Or Suburban Engineer.
They cannot chew through steel or any metal heavier. Yeah, they won't do that.
Yeah. Hey, Top Dog too. Cheers, y'all. Good to see you.
All right. So if you're just joining, I see 32 on the eyeball up here. I'll go ahead and make the announcement again. The next week is the last quarterly drawing until further notice. So we're ending the quarterly drawings next week. Too much shit going on in real life, work. And so next week, and because next week is the last quarterly drawing, all of the hashtags tonight are doubled to start with, and the put me in is doubled to 4, and we'll get to that here in 20 minutes or so. But after tonight, there's no more entries for next week. And then we're still doing the halfway mark giveaway, but we're going to rebrand it. And speaking of that, I'm going to go ahead and I got to spin, and then I'll finish this. I'll finish this after I spin.
And samples.
So, I'll get to the samples. Hang on. All righty, here we go. Good luck, everybody. This is worth 16 entries to the quarterly drawing. 16. Top Dog just walked in the door. Look at him. All right.
Mhm.
There we go. I got that. 16 on there. I'll let the confetti die down and we'll stop sharing. And then let me set up this next one and then I'll continue what I was saying. Oh, Lord. And I categorize this thing appropriately because it is not, no matter what they say, what they claim, and how many times they get sued for it, this is not a whiskey. This is a cordial.
Yep.
This is a schnapps. This is a flavored. Yeah, and it's lower than 80 proof. You cannot legally call it whiskey if it's lower than 80 proof.
Yep.
So there you go.
And the other one they have is malt liquor.
And the fact that they leave the E out of whiskey, they're also breaking the law because that's not a scotch. And legally on the books in the United States of America, whiskey without an E is scotch.
Yep.
Go look it up. Read the damn thing if you don't believe me. And so anyway, what I was saying is the samples tonight, we're still doing the mystery box, or if you win and you want to request stuff, it's Mark's giveaway tonight. So let me go ahead and play that there. And this is super chat, super sticker only. They get you 2 entries per dollar to all drawings, including the quarter drawing.
He might accept PayPal too. I'm not sure.
Well, I don't want to get into that. We tried it. It doesn't work good. So, because I can't tell who's who.
Oh,
that's the biggest thing. You would have to put in the description if you PayPal, this is Top Dog or this is whoever, right? All right. Well, there it is. It's a bunch of question marks. You will get it. So it'll be
give you what I'm planning on putting in there is a sample of this.
That'll be 1
2-ounce sample of Weller 107. And it's subject to change a little bit if somebody wants something different. I'm going to go with a store pick of this Old Forester single barrel proof bourbon.
Oh,
and this is a store pick from my local store.
Okay,
it's quite good and 130 proof. And then for the last one, I was going to go with this here Booker's. Just give somebody a sample of that one. And this is I think the Apprentice batch from 23.
All right.
So that's the ones I'm planning on putting in there. But if somebody wants me to swap out whoever wins, if they want me to swap out one, I can do that. Not a problem. We can put something else in there.
And we may announce things like he just did. And like you said, we can change out anything you want. But the reason we're going with mystery boxes is because I don't have to get images. I don't have to remove background. I don't have to go into Adobe Premiere Pro and reset up everything. I can recycle this video and just change the name of who's giving it away.
There you go.
And it just saves me a lot of time to do that. All right, bourbon.
Really, Peter? Okay. Didn't know that. Hang on, let me look at my Taiwanese bottle of whiskey and see if it's spelt with an E or not. Because I just happen to have a Kavalan behind me. Yep, he's right. Kavalan whiskey with no E.
All right,
Jody.
There you go.
See?
Oh yeah, Cab Blanc. Yep.
Well, there's no E in whiskey.
Right, but it's a lot of things on the laws that they don't enforce. Um, like you're not supposed to be able to do the barrel pick things from the distillery,
Mm-hmm.
but when you get big enough, you can say screw you, and they'll let you get away with it. I'm
Yeah.
looking at you, Maker's Mark, over my shoulder.
And we may go ahead and add in this top shelf whiskey that a lot of people can't find.
Oh yeah, boy, that is high on the shelf. And they wait. Let me see that bottle again. Did they use Comic Sans for Mellow Corn? Nah, it's some other font. But I mean, they should have used Comic Sans.
No, it's actually it's quite good if you really like that sweet corn flavor.
Yeah,
This is the way to go. 100 proof straight up corn.
yeah. Green apple with the powers. He's saying. Did you get Mark Green apple with the powers?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, the regular powers. Yeah.
Yep. And I did too. I was going to say.
Yeah, you get a little bit of that kind of Granny Smith flavoring. It kind of heads that way a little bit.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm gonna work on this wheel just a little bit. Well, gosh, I can't see that time. Okay, I have a few minutes. Let me get the wheel right.
All right. You do that. I'm gonna grab a sample bottle here.
I have new glasses coming. They're just not ready yet.
So I can get ready to pour those. Now, Richie Jay, if you do like that Powers, there's two other versions of Powers that I know of. 3 Swallow, and then there's a John's Lane, and both of those are really good. But for my palate, the John's Lane that's the way to go. That's a fantastic
All right,
Powers.
Here we go. Yeah, but I like the regular Powers anyway. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
It's the regular
and I did get that, but that green apple is more like, to me, what I was getting was like a mix between a real apple that has a little sour to it and like a green apple candy.
Oh, I got you. Like say a honey crisp or something like that.
Yeah,
mixed with Jolly Rancher, the green Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah, like that. Yeah,
gotcha. Yeah,
I
can see that.
Here. It different notes,
Yeah, the John's Lane 12. Yeah, cast strength too, if I can find that.
Let's see here. Kathy Bates.
And if you start getting into much Irish Redbreast, it's got to go with the Redbreast 12, the loose style. And if you can afford it nowadays, since they've raised the prices so much, one of my favorite ones is the PX or the 12 cast strength.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, any of the Redbreast, they're all good.
Wheel's good. I'm going to go ahead and spin this thing because we're at 48 and I want to get a little ahead of it before they put me in, because this will be the last put me in, by the way. All right, here we go. Share this out. Brimstone and fire. This is worth 18 entries. Mr. Richie J, that's a plus 18.
Uh-oh, right. We're going to spin again.
We are going to draw again. And now we're going to land on Kathy Bates.
Oh, right. Really, Peter?
That one. Let that confetti die down.
Well, dang, that is disappointing. I had high hopes for it, but I haven't seen one to buy.
Oops, wrong letter. All right, here we go. All right, this is Crown Royal. People haven't gotten the message yet that it sucks. It used to be better than it is now. Kathy, you won last week. Well, you're starting to win more. All right, Jimmy, I'm writing your name down here.
That's what the John's Lanes looks like. Yeah, it's not showing
Yeah,
up
it's
real
a different color. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the blue instead of red, basically.
All right, let me go put Jimmy on the wheel.
Well, actually, it's kind of a silver.
Yeah.
The Three Swallow is like a light blue. The Crow.
Crown Royal. All right, wheel's good. Yeah, I flipped my screen over and it's throwing me off because I moved my I do the two different chats. I do live chat and fan funding, so I don't miss anything. So it only shows fan funding on there, so I make sure I get all of the entries because I would hate for someone to do that and not get get screwed out of their entries.
Yes, sir.
So, but since I moved the screen from over here to over here, I flipped it and put the fan funding because I put the chat next to this screen. And I keep wanting to look at the left side to see. Anyway, first world problems. First world problems. Yeah.
You got too many screens going on. See, I got one screen and a laptop.
Yeah, I mean, but Crown Royal is a blend of whiskeys, and Crown Royal used to. Back in the 70s, they got their hands on a whole bunch of barrels that for cheap that a particular distillery couldn't hardly give away because everything flipped. The bars were only buying vodka and stuff. And those barrels turned out to be from Stitzel Weller. And they had to be the barrels that would be Pappy Van Winkle. And then once Buffalo Trace bought the rights from Stitzel, Weller, and had the Weller name and all that, and had the Pappy Van Winkle line, they put a hiatus on that, and now Crown Royal, when they ran out, when they knew they were running out of the Pappy barrels, they started blending less and less in, and then they started coming up with Crown Reserve, and that was when they were at the very tail end. And then they were scouting for another decent whiskey or whatever to blend in for the reserve. And then they started coming out with their flavors, like the Crown Apple and Crown, all that. Because before there was none of that. It was just Crown Royal or bust. And then there was Crown and Crown Reserve. And then it was Crown and all the flavors. And anytime you see Bird Dog, Crown Royal, all this shit going for all the flavors, they're hurt. They're dying. They know their base juice ain't no good.
Yeah.
They know. Or they can make some good, decent juice, but they can't wait on it. It's taking too long to age to get right.
Yeah, I'm not a flavored guy.
No.
I like my whiskey to taste like whiskey.
Well, I like mixing drinks sometimes with the flavored vodkas.
Oh, well, yeah.
If there's but mostly it's for whoever may want it. It's mostly like a lemon drop, and you can use Stoli with lemon, and it gives it a little more intense flavor or something like that. Just whatever.
Yeah, there's a lemon vodka made down here with the Dripping Springs, I believe. And it's pretty good. I mean, if you want to mix it with some lemonade in the summertime, and it's a nice little, sitting in the pool, sipping on that. It's pretty nice.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Is I drink far more mixers like, I don't know, like a pina colada, shit like that in the summer. because they're not as heavy, and you can crush, blend them with crushed ice, and they'll keep you cool when you're outside, and it's like 90 degrees plus.
There you go. One of my favorite ones was called a Bushwhacker, but it had like 5 different liquors in it with crushed ice and a little splash of half and half.
Yeah.
Ooh, tastes like a chocolate milkshake almost. But
no, and I don't know any of the ages on any of I don't know the blend that Crown Royal's using. I don't think they release it readily.
Valleyfield Distillery. I've never heard of that one. Yeah, some of the ages on the Canadian barrels can be way on up there. I mean, because it's not going to age that fast in Canada.
Right, because it's cold. Yeah.
Most of the time, they're. I mean, people down here are going, "Oh, it's 20 below wind chills and stuff coming in." And meanwhile, it's coming from Canada, so it's even colder up in Canada. You know.
Well, even in the summer, it's cool. A hell of a lot cooler than it is down here.
Oh yeah. Independent Joe, cheers, brother. And Sugar Kitty. Yeah.
I mean, I remember even going to Maine. We were there in Texas, right above you, up there in the DFW area. Mm-hmm. And her mom, my wife's mom, lived in Maine, and we would go visit them in August. And it would be like if they had a day that got above, if it got any above 80 degrees, everybody was like dying.
Yeah.
Because that was rare.
And it'd be 110 down here, and I'd be out working.
It's a scorcher.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Oh, there you go, grapologist. Oops, I missed it.
That's grape. Grapeologist.
Grape. Sorry, yeah. Grapeologist. Everclear and Palma. Haven't tried that, but we used to have a thing back in the day we made called them pea pickers.
Everclear.
Yeah, Everclear and grape soda.
Yeah, but that was Purple Passion. But
yeah.
Yeah. But I was just wondering when he got off on Everclear. That stuff will hurt you.
Oh yeah. I don't have any Everclear currently. I have a bottle that's called Diesel of some sort. And it's 190. It's basically Everclear.
Because that's what it tastes like, Diesel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely lights you a fire, that's for sure. The only thing I ever made with that stuff, well, besides back in the day, we would make, we called it like trash can punch or a hooch.
Yeah.
But nice. Found North Penegric. There's Thrash Life. Hey, buddy.
Thrash.
Yeah, there you go. Everclear, Hawaiian Punch, and then mix other stuff in there. Throw some rum in that or whatever. Yeah, that was trash can punch. We'd called it too. You put it all in a big cooler with all the chunks of fruit and stuff in that, and then everybody drank.
Yeah, we always just got pineapple juice, orange juice. We tried to go like citrus, like stuff like that, and then everybody would just bring a clear alcohol and we'd pour in.
Exactly.
We called it tropical hooch. That's what we called it.
Yep. Like your trash can punch,
Yeah.
Whatever you got handy, throw it all in there and we'll drink it up.
Yep. All right, we're at 58. I'm gonna spin this thing.
Everything equals a gorilla. Never heard of it called a gorilla. Okay.
All right, good luck, everybody. It's all double tonight. This one's worth 20. 20. And we're landing on Grapeologist. First one tonight.
Bring your own bowl. And watch out for the fruit. My goodness.
All right. We stop sharing. I'll get the next one set up, but I'm not going to spin it yet. I wonder why that is. All right.
Oh. No. Okay. Well, that makes sense. A bug zapper.
All right. It is time to put me in. Put me ins are also double. They're worth 4 tonight. So 4 entries. All you have to do is type "put me in the chat."
Yep, Greg, I got mine today. All safe and sound.
Oh, phone, shut up. There we go.
Lori said she's still here for the put me in.
Oh, I got her already. As soon as she's here, I write your name and her name down.
Okay. And she said she may drop out because her phone's about to die.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. She's already in there. I got her. All right. Got quiet.
Yeah.
I have to write these names.
Oh, there you go. That's good. Jerry's sipping on vodka proofed. Okay. Oh, there's Cindy. She's in here. Big Daddy sipping on Miller Lite, of course.
Oh,
I would never have guessed. Oh. Here's this bottle that I got. Notice how full it is. Diesel. 190 proof. Talk about hazmat. Woo. Although it does make a pretty good, if you mix it right, you can make a pretty good, like apple pie moonshine sort of thing out of it. Charles. Whew. Although this moonshine I got from Florida, that person knows what they're doing. Their mash is really good, and then their cuts are fantastic. Because it is really good. Matter of fact, I'm going to have a little of that now. We'll go with this tequila moonshine.
Steam Fire Nice. There we go.
Might as well finish that one off. Something different. So there is different. But quite tasty, though. 10 ounces per session. Right, Jerry? Oh, exactly, Sugar Kitty.
Okay. We may be at the end of it. Wow, that was good. We got a lot tonight.
Dang, what are you talking about, Sugar Kitty?
All right. I am going to read these names off. If I do not read your name off, I do not have you in for the put me in. I have Mr. Great Shot, Lori, The Rye Guy, Big Daddy H, Jimmy's Random Content, Thrash Life, Peter White, Mr. Mom, George Woodcock, Show Me the Proof, Jerry J, Bourbon Nerd, Mrs. Lori J, Gripeologist, Woody's Garage, Bourbon Engineer, Independent Joe, Kathy Bates, Jenny B, Steam Fire and Ice, Matt B, Bourbon Kitty, and Mr. Richie J. All right. If I did not call your name out, please type "put me in the chat, and we will get you in there. I'm going to type "stop put me in." That does not mean it stops. It just means you have to be bold about it and get our attention, because I am not going to be focused on the chat looking for them. Bourbon Engineer, I got you already. You're already in there. So, oops, God dang it. I didn't mean to do that. So I am going to put me in, and then I have to go over here and copy this again.
Hey, Sugar Kitty, you got lucky. with your samples from Greg. Mine look like this. I just say A, B, C.
All right, so here's the next one on the hashtag is Smirnoff.
Another vodka.
Another vodka. Well, it's going to be the vodkas. So.
Well, I mean,
yeah, and I had to put
a lot of that to the bars.
I had to put S off on there. So.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, just S off. Smirnoff.
Last bottle of that I got, we put in the hooch.
I'm wondering, man, if I pour a little water in here, if it'll get rid of that damn gym foot out of here.
Man, put a few drops in there and see what it does.
I put a little freaking pour in there.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I want melted ice on this right now. That is not a good bourbon. Yeah. It is over oaked. It smells young. It tastes like gym feet. It's over oaked. It's not good.
You're kidding. We need to buy Greg one of those label makers like Ben has.
Oh yeah,
I want one like Ben has. Holy crap, that thing is nice. Puts out these great labels, and you can put a decent amount of information on them too.
Yeah, I was looking at those. I wanted to get a thermal one, that does that. But I just have a regular printer, and so I just print it and do the Scotch tape on it. So
yeah, I've got a label maker, but it's about the size of my pinky label. It's a little skinny thing.
Yeah. Well, this hooks to the computer. The only problem was I wanted to get one, but I wanted it to be wireless.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't want to have to plug it into the computer to use it. Because that printer's wireless, I can just print to it from wherever. Yeah, it tastes like gym feet smells. That's what I'm saying. Texas Gamer Chick. We are on hashtag SOFF right now. If you want to get that entered in. In the bar for years.
Hey, Texas Gamer Chick. How you doing?
A year ago.
Oh, there you go.
Kathy Bates. All right. Plus.
Yeah, Greg, I mean, the Bowmore isn't really not that bad. I thought it was all right. If you get it for $50, I'd have bought two.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not a bad pour for decent, fairly cheap peated whiskey. It's not
all right,
bad.
real good. All right,
man. Yeah. Yeah, it does have a little twang to it.
Yeah.
My bottle of Bowmore is gone.
Excuse me, man. I'll tell you, man. I have to. I'm addicted to something, and it's chicken fried crack. They got chicken wings at my local grocery store down the street.
Mm-hmm.
I swear. I'm like on. So I married an axe murderer. It wasn't that popular of a movie, but if you remember Mike Myers' character on there, he was talking about KFC, and he said one of the special ingredients is some kind of drug because it makes you crave it fortnightly and all that shit.
Yeah.
God, that stuff's good. Oh my God. I don't know what they do. And it's not the big, like giant jumbo wings, like the steroid injected chickens. They're just little, but it's by the pound. So you can just fill up the box. And so it doesn't matter how big the wings are.
Yeah.
They're so crunchy on the outside and so juicy on the inside. It is, and the flavor is perfect. And
there you go.
Gosh, and I'll tell myself, okay, I'm not going to get the chicken today. I'm not going to get the chicken today. And then I'll get busy. And if I could eat at a normal time, I would be able to not get the chicken.
Yeah.
But sometimes I don't get to eat till like 2:30 in the afternoon, and I'm freaking starving. And when I'm starving, I want to go get the chicken.
All right.
And yeah, I've got to stop.
Lori's down to 4%.
4%.
Find that charger cord. Where's it at?
Well, you're good, Lori. I will continue. If it lands on me, I'll give you the stuff. You were here.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't have to stick around. Yeah, boy, those chicken wings. And I ate a ton of them today, and I still want some more. Oh, and their spicy wings are perfect. Oh, they're so perfect.
The only thing I don't like about wings is they're dang messy. I'd rather have like chicken tenders, or just plain old fried
These
chicken.
are okay. I mean, I just have a little napkin. They're not over greasy either. Oh, and they're just dry wings, like they're breaded and fried, like fried chicken.
Sugar kitty. Jeez.
25 jumbo wings and a jug of beer. Yeah.
Big old pitcher of beer.
Oh, yeah. Man, I'm not going to get to the Remus tonight.
No?
No. Well, I might get to it. I may pour it in a bit, but there's no way. It's 8:11. There's no way that I'm going to get to two more bourbons in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jimmy. I like the flats too. Boneless wings are chicken nuggets for millennials.
Yeah, boneless wings. The only reason I don't like them is because it's inferior fucking meat. It's breast meat and it's dry.
Yeah, my wife likes breast meat. I'm a thigh guy. I love thighs. Yeah. Give me a leg and a thigh. I'm good.
There's no way you can get chicken nuggets. Well, if they're juicy, they're artificially injected juicy, or they're so they're so
juicy.
Processed. Like they process the breast meat so much that it, instead of being pink slime, it's white foam.
Yeah.
And then you have McDonald's, There
you go. If your burger's not dripping down your elbow, you're doing something wrong with the meat.
Oh yeah, the flats, or people call them flights because it's where they would take flight, on the little part of the wing. But flats and drumettes, yeah. But these, and that's what shocked me, is I'm a flats guy. Like I will pay the extra $1 to get all flats, because typically the drumettes are drier, but not here. They're juicy. They are juicy.
There you go.
I think they cook them in separate batches and then mix them back together. What's that?
I'm with Peter White.
Oh, man,
chicken thighs on the grill. Yeah, baby. Yeah. That's good eating right there.
Oh, but my favorite though, there's a local wing restaurant. It's called Waldo's Wings. They have Jamaican jerk, and he makes his own Jamaican jerk with the white raisins and all in it.
Yeah.
God, he does such a good job making those things. I can't get enough of them. If I go, I get Jamaican jerk down there. All right, it is time to spin this.
There you go, Orlando. He knows what's going on. Do chicken wings, but you use regular sized drumsticks.
Yeah, you can. All right, here we go.
Just call it chicken wing from Texas.
This one is worth 22 freaking entries. Oh my God, Lori gets 22. And guess what the next person gets?
We just doubled it to 44.
44 entries. Jerry J just got 44 entries.
That's good. He ain't won a few in a while.
That's right. There we go. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. And here we go. Here's the one that's going to surprise you. But I guarantee you this is temporary. I guarantee you. Here's your Tito's.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Well, I'll be dang.
Yep. Number 2. Oh, and the past 2 or 3 times, it's been number 1. It just got surpassed a few years or 2 years ago by someone else.
Well, still, I mean, compared to some of the stuff we've seen earlier, he's got to be doing quite a bit of, he's putting out quite a bit of product. I mean, he's expanding the place. When I drive by over there, because I moved away from that spot where I was looking at it.
Yep.
But when I drive by that neck of the woods, he's still putting up more warehousing and more distillery space and stuff like that. So,
and I will go ahead and tell you, I have never tried number 1 ever in my life.
Okay. The funny thing is, when Tito first started doing his distilling, I actually made part of his condenser because I was working as a welder at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he came into the shop and wanted us to make this, big, decent sized, worm condenser for him. So, we did. And I was one of the guys that welded up a bunch of it for him. And then he came back in after he had it for a little while and brought us all a bottle of vodka.
Okay.
And back then it was really good, and it was truly pot distilled. So it still had a little bit of flavor to it, but it wasn't like your normal, completely bland, tastes like nothing vodka. It had a little bit of, kind of close to this that moonshine that we got.
I'm skipping the Blue Note or whatever it is.
I would too.
Blue Run. I'm sorry, Blue Run. I knew I said that wrong. I'm skipping the Blue Run, going for the store pick Remus I haven't had in years. So
yes, Mr. Mom, I'm going to Still Austin tomorrow, and I'm probably going to pick up the Nancy's latest pick because it should be dropping tomorrow or pretty soon.
All right,
and I got to pick up a bottle for a certain guy.
I need you to talk a little bit. I have to go see a horse a guy about a guy or something.
Yeah, I got you. Gonna go talk to a man about a horse. Yep, I'm gonna go there tomorrow. The thing I'm kind of wondering is for the halfway mark. Everybody's been getting the Nancy pick, the bourbon pick mainly, pretty much. But she also is picking out a rye every month now too. So they're doing a single barrel bourbon and a single barrel rye. And I wonder if anybody would really like to try out the rye, because their ryes are, they're fantastic. I love their ryes. Granted, it's a Texas rye, Texas grain and everything like that. But I got you, William. As soon as he gets back, we'll get you put in. Our pick drops tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. That's good. Well, what was it? I haven't looked at my email about that, but I don't know. What do y'all think? Should I go ahead and pick up the bourbon? I'm probably going to pick up the bourbon, because that's what everybody wants, really. But they need to try the cask strength rye. Some of her picks from the single barrels, because she's got a decent amount to choose from, and they're really good. Oh, and the Bourbon Engineer, one of the samples that is being hand delivered to you is a blend of 11 different bottles of Still Austin that I have. Like all this here behind me, there's I don't know, there's more than 11 bottles up there, but I picked out 11 different bottles and then blended them in this sweet decanter from Whiskey Nose, and it turned out pretty dang good. So you'll get the chance to try that. You and share a little bit with your next door neighbor. Bourbon Bounty, you're still muted.
I was going to say that's a good blend. That's the one we were talking about being the blend. If you ever hear us say the blend, that's it right there.
That one turned out really good. And then what turned out a little bit better was because I did that first. I went back and I had another bottle here that Top Dog had sent me. Mr. Great Shot on it with Texas. And I blended up 8 different bottles in this one. And, it was some of the distillery only releases, things like that. I put some of those in there. And, man, that one turned out really close to the Tanninger blend. It tastes I'm
going to give this away as a consolation prize.
Oh, pour that.
Oh my God, that is nasty, dude. I poured the Remus to follow that. I couldn't be happier because gym feet are gone. This is excellent. I have to spin. Hang on. No. They go a little faster here at the very end.
Oh, put in William Hall.
William Hall.
He said,
okay, I'll get that in just a second. Let me spin this thing. Yeah, I'll do that right after this.
While you were talking to that.
Daddy H.
Oh, right. I just missed it.
And that was worth 24. Now, the last one's going to be worth 28. So let me set that one up. And we could have repeat winners. You never know.
Yep. Now, Bourbon Engineer, you don't have to share. He'll be all right. He'll get over it.
Number one.
Oh.
Number one. Numero uno.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, tequila seltzer?
No freaking clue. I've never tried this. Let me write William Hall, right? Yeah, William Hall.
Yes, sir. No, I've never even seen that.
I've never tried it. They must have had some freaking huge promotion or something, or spring break. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it had to be something weird where they sold just gobs of it or something, because I've never heard of that.
But it can't be all promotion, because to take the top spot in sales.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it on the shelf, but I just looked at it like any other freaking seltzer up there.
I've never even seen it on the shelf.
Well, when I saw the can, because when I first saw it, I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I looked it up and I was like, oh, I think I've seen that can before somewhere. Maybe. But I don't tend to linger in that area of the store to even... What's the one that I would have thought? What was the big seltzer? There was I can't remember it now. I tried. Maybe it was White Claw. I don't know. I tried White Claw and I had flashbacks of trying a Zima, and I poured it out.
Yeah. I can see that.
I was like, this is just... Now, hard lemonade, I don't know. I don't like it, but that Mike's Hard and all that, I don't really like it that much. It's all right. I did Mike's half and half. I don't know. But it's malt liquor in there, and it'll...
Have you tried any of this?
Starward. Nope. I have
it's not. Australian whiskey.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's Australian,
Australian. It's a single malt from Australia. And as you can expect, it's fairly dark. It's quite good.
Nooner. Is that what that is? Nooner?
Nooner.
Yeah, Zima in the 80s. And one of them, oh, you got to try this. You have to try this. And they made me try one, and I popped it open, and I took one drink out of it, and I poured it in the sink.
Greg, I don't know. I may have, but those might have been the years back in the day where I don't remember much of.
You know what? If Bacardi's going to make a seltzer, why don't I just get Bacardi and some seltzer water?
There you go. Make your own.
And just do it that way. Okay. I know it's coming quick, but I got to spin. All right. Nooners. Nooners are worth 28. 2 or 3 years ago, they came out on top. Big Daddy H is a plus that we're getting into it. See, plus 28.
Dang.
Mm-hmm. And now we're going to draw again.
Jinro Soju from Korea. Okay.
And Top Dog is a plus 28. We're getting some entries tonight for the last one. I don't let the confetti die down on these repeats.
Yep.
And now we're landing on Steam Fire and Ice. Oh, that's our first one. Steam Fire and Ice.
That's a good one to win there, Cindy.
Yep, that's it right there. That was 28 entries. And that's it on the hashtags. And now we have to get over to the wheel and do the samples. So let me go ahead and present this thing. Kathy Bates done threw a curveball now. I got to put another 10 in for her. Westside, we got a couple of minutes here.
Give me a second to grab a box. So I can put
Let's see. Oh, it's already at the bottom. Kathy Bates. All right. Wheel is good. Wheel is good. Now let me get back over here and share screen. Sample drawing. Here we go. Here it is. I'm going to hit shuffle a whole bunch of times, not even counting, and then hit spin. Boom. Here we are. It is what it is, and it is Kathy Bates. Bam! Kathy Bates. All right. Stop sharing. And we are done with that. I can remove the slides from the studio. We are on cruise control, babies. We got under 3 minutes left, and then we're going to end this thing. Congratulations to a lot of people that got a lot of entries, and to Kathy Bates for getting the samples. And, there we go.
Yep. Now, if I only had her address.
I think you have that. We just got the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Yep.
Okay, so if you just to recap right quick, next week's the last quarterly drawing. We're still going to do hashtags, but they're going to be worth 1 entry each. They will not be progressively bigger and bigger, and they are only going to be for the halfway mark giveaway, which we are going to rename as whatever it is, because it's not going to be halfway in between anything anymore.
Yeah.
I will brainstorm something before next week.
Yeah.
The super duper mark giveaway.
The Texas giveaway.
That's something. Texas I don't know. Oh, I just called it the giveaway. I don't know. Yep. She's looking forward to
them. They're good.
Yep.
I take it back. 2 out of 3, I think, are really good. The Bookers, I didn't care for the Bookers that much myself, but it's all personal, palate. So
right, and and what'd you pay for that Bookers?
It wasn't that much. It was maybe 105, something like that.
I know, but remember when we used to get Bookers for like $75?
Yeah, and
that
Bookers that I have, I think would have been worth about 65 to 70. Would have been okay. I would have felt better about it paying that. But the old Forester, the single barrel.
Yeah.
I give less for that than I did for the Booker's, and it's a lot more proofy than the Booker's is, and it's a lot better tasting.
All right,
Really
guys,
is.
we're at the end of it. I see 8:30 on the clock. We have to sign off, but we'll see you next week.
All right. Peace, love, and whiskey, y'all. Cheers.
There we go.